In this video, I'm going to show you how to use one of my favorite AI writing assistant tools to create a blog. Today, what we're going to look at is the template that helps us create the title, the intro paragraph, and the headings to lay out what our blog is going to be about. Hi, I'm Lori Ballen. I'm a full-time blogger. I create SEO content all day. That is my main job. I'm an independent. I own my own businesses. I create content for my affiliate sites, for my real estate agent website, and I sell content as well. So I use a lot of AI tools. Now, I don't like to have AI tools write my whole blog for me, but I love to use them as an assistant, especially as an idea creator for improving my titles, my intro paragraph, my closing paragraph, my headings. You can use this to help you with video scripts, with responding to reviews. There's all kinds of great things we can use this AI tool. Now, I'm going to show you how this is done. There is a link below in the video description. If you want to click on that and sign up for a free trial of Jasper, you're going to get, I think it's 10,000 credits or something you can use to test this out and drive content. I do pay for this tool every month. I'm also an affiliate with Jasper, which basically means if you sign up using my link below, I also benefit. So we're in the dashboard now, and I'm going to go to Create New. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start from scratch. There is a blog post workflow that you can use. I personally have found my own style and way of using Jasper, and I'm going to stick with that when I'm doing my tutorials, because every time I get off and try to go with, this is how this was designed for, it kind of gets a little confusing. So I'm just going to stick with what I know. So we're going to go right here to Start from Scratch. Okay, now, again, I'm going to show you how I do it. There are so many ways to use this tool. In fact, there's something out there called recipes that functions as templates, and a lot of people are making great videos on recipes. I really have played around with recipes and don't love them, and I think part of the challenge for me is that these recipes, although they're really great at giving you a template on where everything should go, there is a whole lot of deleting and backspacing and moving that out of the way and moving this in the way. And I kind of have a flow, so I'm just going to stay with that today, and maybe we'll talk more about the recipes later. If you wind up signing up for Jasper, you can access their boot camp, and there's training on every piece of this. You'll never have to not know what to do. It's all in there for you, okay? So the way I like to do mine is I like to start with a generic title, okay? Let's just do a blog about the keto diet today, okay? So we're going to do how to do the keto diet, or how about we'll go with one of these, the comprehensive guide to losing weight with the keto diet. Okay. I usually just start with something generic, and I oftentimes will change that title, and I'll show you the point when we do that. Okay. Now, I have the boss mode plan, which is the unlimited plan. And I'm telling you that only because I don't know what comes with the free trial versus their various plans. They've changed a couple of them. So mine is the boss mode unlimited, long form content. This is what I use. So that's what I'll be accessing today. Now, right now we're in focus mode. So this means we're focused on the editor and the content we're creating. But I always use this one here, which is called Power Mode. When I click on Power Mode, it opens a set of templates, and I use these templates all throughout the blog as I'm creating the content, okay? So, for example, the first template I always use when starting a blog is the blog post intro paragraph. So I click there. So this is going to be our content. These are our templates. So anything we do over here is going to stay over here unless we copy it. So you can play around with this as much as you want without messing up your content. So the blog post title, I'm going to paste in there what we just wrote. The comprehensive guide to losing weight. Now, who is the audience? People that want to lose weight, or overweight people, let's just say. Now, what do you want the tone of voice to be? The tone of voice can be any kind of adjective that you would want to use to describe the content. Here's an example. Jasper kind of has a list here. funny, casual, excited, professional, witty, sarcastic, feminine, masculine, bold, dramatic, grumpy, secretive, any adjective you can think of to describe a tone of voice, you can definitely use. Also, you can use names. What happens is if Jasper recognizes the name of a person, especially like celebrities, famous people, it assigns its own adjectives to how that person sounds. Okay. So if you're going to put in Joe Rogan on, the podcaster, you might see things like sarcastic or masculine. He's definitely a bro kind of guy, right? And so it will write that way, or it will attempt to write that way. So you can play around with these tones of voice. I'm gonna bring you another lesson more on tones of voice, but you can play around with that. If you don't know, you can leave it blank. Okay. I don't know. I'm just gonna put healthy. Let's see what it does. But you could go out and find a famous somebody that's really well known for health and fitness. It could be like Dr. Oz, right? And see how it does. Okay. Now, we're going to go right here to generate content. I have a number 5 here, which means it's going to give us 5 samples. So let's click Generate AI Content. Okay, now we've got 5 suggestions. And they're all a little different. And you can read them. Is the keto diet right for you? This comprehensive guide will guide you. This comprehensive guide will help you decide if the ketogenic way of eating is the best option for weight loss. You'll learn everything you need to know about how to start and stick with the keto diet, including what foods to eat and avoid, tips for overcoming common challenges, and more. Ready to get started? Let's go. If you like that, you can just click it. You can click copy up here, or you can do the normal highlight and copy, and then we're just going to paste it right there. Now we have our title and our intro paragraph. But sometimes I will change the title after I create the blog because I'll realize, I didn't realize I was going to create a list post and now I've listed 10 items. So maybe I want to go back and make sure that that is part of the title, 10 ways to use the keto diet to lose the most weight. Sometimes I'll go ahead and start it right now, go run the title generator, and then let that idea drive where I take the blog. So I never run out of ideas using these kinds of things. So if I want to now scan for a new title, we've got our paragraph. I now go over to this power mode and I'm going to click perfect headline. Now here under the product description, you can just paste your intro paragraph. If there is a company or product name that you are promoting in this article, this whole article is going to be about protein bars, then you can put in the company product name here. Okay. What's the customer avatar? People who want to change eating patterns to lose weight and improve health. All right. Tone of voice. I'm going to put Dr. Oz, and now we're going to click generate AI content. So now it will give us 3 sets of headline ideas. The keto diet, everything you need to know. How to start the keto diet today. Overcome common keto challenges. Get started with the keto diet. Ketogenic diet for beginners. Lose weight and improve health with a keto diet or with keto. The keto diet, everything you need to know. Okay, so you're getting kind of these ideas. I really like lose weight and improve health with a keto diet. Now you could play around with these. I'm going to go back into, you can play around with these different titles. Something like lose weight and improve health with keto. And then you could put a dash after that, a comprehensive guide or 10 tips, that kind of thing. So you can kind of combine 2 titles if you want. Okay. So those are just some various ideas that we can use when we're playing around with the different titles, or you just leave the title how it is when you started it. Okay. Now, if you click enter and click compose, then the AI writer is going to start writing the blog for you. If I wanted to create long form content, I'm going to create longer and I'm going to let it start writing. Now, in my opinion, this is not the best use of an AI writing assistant. It's not creating the headlines. It doesn't have any pattern to it. It's just kind of running on a bunch of sentences. So for me, this is a no-go. I don't ever just click it and let it write. Now, you might be asking where this content is coming from. I'm not going to get into the logistics, but let's just put in regular terms. A couple of years ago, there was a huge scan of all of the content in the world, or at least, I don't know if, I think it was in the world. And all of these AI tools have pulled in that content now to help them learn language. And yes, it did go out and scan all the keto diet articles, and it went out and scanned everything about diets and weight loss and all of that. And when it's giving us these words back, they are not plagiarized words. It's taking everything it learned on the topic and subject and giving it back to us in its own words. So it is unique, original content. And I'll show you, because when we're done with this, I'll run it through the plagiarism checker real quick, okay? So the better way to do this is to start with a heading. Now, the headings are the new thoughts of different paragraphs. You see them all the time in the blogs. If it says 5 tips to losing weight, you'll see tip 1, and it's a little larger and bolder. That's a subheading. And then the next one, tip 2, that's a subheading. Okay, so we're going to work all of our blogs off of these subheadings. These subheadings actually have a technical attribute applied to them, and they're what's called H2 or heading 2. Okay, the title of your blog is actually an H1, and it's generally preset for you when you're using any type of WordPress or website platform. Think of it like an outline. If you were to go to a convention, you're going to write down all these notes. The first thing you're going to put on your notepad is the name of that convention. So that would be a heading 1, or the name of the class you're in, heading 1. And then all the notes you're going to take are going to be heading 2. And then if you drill down underneath those with a normal outline, that's going to be an H3. Okay. So most of us are just using H2s unless you need to drill down finer than that. So we need to come up with what these headings are. Now, there are several ways you can do this. One idea is you can just go over here to Google and you can type in what is the keto diet, and you can look at other blogs that people have written and look at what they're covering and make yourself a general outline. You can also use these people also ask questions as ideas. Okay, so you know that anybody writing a blog on keto is asking about what kind of foods can you eat on keto? What kind of foods should you not eat on keto? And if you click on any of these, you're going to wind up getting a bunch more. Now, if you have an SEO tool, you're paying for the integration. Jasper has a relationship with Surfer SEO, and they have an integration. And if you pay extra for Surfer SEO, you can see what keywords all of these different blogs are using. That's one way that you can go about it. As we start writing with Jasper, it's going to start suggesting more headlines actually to us. So what we want to kind of do is come up with that first one, at least, okay? So if you come up with the first one, what is the keto diet? We're going to make that an H2. Highlight it and click H2. Okay. Now you can hit space and click compose, and it will start writing for you. Okay. Now my suggestion is to right now, when you're just getting started, just let it create the headings for you. We're going to come back in our next lesson, and I'm going to show you how to fill in those middles. Okay. But I don't like to just let it run on, because then I don't have a pattern. It's not creating enough content in between the headings. Ooh, these are good. I like this. Tips for sticking with the keto diet, common challenges and how to overcome them. Okay, that's a pretty decent amount of headings right there. Okay, and then here's a closing paragraph already. So here's your summary down here. Actually, that looks more like an intro, so let's leave that alone there. Okay, so now you have your headings. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 headings. Now from here, you can go in and start writing this yourself, or you can allow Jasper to keep writing for you. For the sake of this video and for time, I'm going to wrap up right there, and then we can go into our next lesson where we talk about how to fill in those paragraphs, how to create those patterns, and how to get Jasper to learn from that first section and start following the patterns all the way through there. I'm Lori Ballen. Thanks for joining me today.